Today we're going to show you how a chimney is swept using the traditional rod and brush method. We use a number of different brushes in chimney sweeping, and depending what type of flue you have will depend on the strength and size of the brushes used. I'm going to show you now the different brushes that I carry to encounter different flue sizes and types.
Brushes of different diameters and strengths are available for use, depending on the size, shape and age of the chimney or stove liner. Today we will be sweeping an open fire.
The sheets that we use for protecting the carpet are made of calico cotton. It's very thick, and you can see from the cleanliness of the sheet that we always put a very clean sheet down carpet side. Very thick sheeting, and we put a second one on top. There's no way the soot is going to go through this.
All our equipment stays on the sheeting. Edges are taped down to prevent soot on the carpet. If you are able to, please remove any ash before the sweep comes.
Okay, so now having cleaned the hearth ready for sweeping, just do a quick visual inspection of the chimney flue to see what state it is, see what construction it is, so I can make a decision as to what brush to use. I can see this is a clay section liner. It's about 9 inches in diameter, and I can use this brush here, which is the correct size and the correct strength. It's the edges of the brush that do the cleaning. You can probably hear they're quite stiff. And it's those brushing against the side of the chimney which do the cleaning. It's a mistake to put up a brush that's too big, because that will just bend down the bristles and you won't get an effective clean.
The opening is sealed off to prevent any soot escaping.
I'm just connecting the brush onto the rod. So this first rod will be pushed up the chimney. It'll take about 8 or 9 rods for this chimney. So this is all sealed off now and ready for sweeping. There's a trunk here of the sheet is used to pass the rods through. So any dust that's going to come out is only going to come out through that point there, which I can moderate by holding it tight. It's sealed tight all the way around the edges and at the bottom, so no soot is going to escape. We're now ready to start sweeping.
The rods are pushed all the way to the top, and then on the way down the brush is pumped up and down at least 3 times for each section to sweep the flue. The covering is removed on sweep completion and soot brushed off the soot shelf.
So we're just going to check into the soot now and make sure there's no problems, nothing has become detached from the lining as it's been swept, so we can make sure that the liner is retaining its integrity.
The soot is checked and then cleared away.
That was all fine in the soot there. The one lump I did pull out was actually a piece of coal, which I hadn't spotted when I cleared the hearth before I started. So no problems here with this chimney. The last thing I'm going to do now is a smoke draw test to make sure it's all working properly. And in order to do that, I must make sure all the doors in this room and the windows are shut, so we can ensure that the fire has got a proper draw.
Finally, a certificate of sweeping is issued, which is a record of the visit. It highlights any defects or dangers and recommends a re-sweep date. Only recommended chimney sweeps can issue these certificates.
So that's another chimney swept, checked and certificated for another 12 months. So it's important to get your chimney swept annually, and always by a registered and qualified chimney sweep. Insurers these days demand certificates from registered sweeps if you do end up with a chimney fire. Cleaner chimneys are safer chimneys.